Oh my god, oh my god. Okay, one, I'm going to apologize from the bottom of my black heart that I was not able to release an episode last week. I'm really sorry. Um, with everything going on, and I've been on a bunch of interviews on other podcasts. So I'm not saying it's an excuse. I'm not, because I owe you guys this every 2 weeks. But yes, I am deeply sorry. So yeah, so what's been going on? I've been collabing with a lot of great people, which is insane. I'm just so excited for you guys to see everything that I've been doing, because it's like I've been in the works for the past few days or weeks, whatever. And I can't wait to just show you guys all my goodies. Not my goodies, all the work that I've done. But yeah, I've been doing not only the interviews and being on other podcasts, but also other photo shoots. Weird, right? Oh God, I'm such an awkward person. And so when I had to do my first photo shoot for this company, I was like, oh God, I'm so awkward. Like you guys see the side of me that's very like open, very extroverted, very like in your face. But when it comes down to those things, I think it's probably because it's like one of my first times. I get really nervous, and I'm like, my palms are sweaty. I feel like my pits are sweaty. Everything is sweaty, and I'm just like, my name is Clarice. Yeah. But I did it. It was actually so much fun. Even though it was at like 7 in the morning, and I probably didn't sleep early the next day. I had so much fun. Like, you want to pay me just to have fun? This is insane. But yeah, that was good. I do have another few photo shoots coming up. Can't tell you what and who with who yet, but you'll see, I promise. So it's just been an exciting ball of balls happening to me lately, and I couldn't be any more grateful and happier of actually where I am right now. And I know things are very rough for me at times, because I do have to juggle a lot of things, not juggle balls, but juggle other stuff. But I gotta trust the process, and so do you. So everything happens for a reason, babies. You know, if it seems tough, it's not the end. So keep on chugging away. But yeah, so interviews, photo shoots, collabing, traveling-ish, not really, getting orgasms, yeah, all of the above. So life is good right now, even the low parts, even the times where I'm like crashing. Life is good, and I'm embracing the fuck out of it. So for this episode, I was gonna talk about the V word. The V as in vagina? Victorious, voluptuous. No, but I figured during this time, with everything happening going on in the US, I was like, you know what? I'm a talk about the P word. Penis? Pussy. Parappa the Rapper. If you guys don't know who Parappa the Rapper is, then I think you are way too young to be listening to me. But yeah. No. I wanted to talk about oh yes, I can't even talk because I did just drink some coffee. Currently, right now. And let me just take a little slurpage right now. Oh, motherfucker, that's hot. Ah! I just burned myself. Okay, back to our regular scheduled program. Yeah, so the pandemic is still, going on, and it's literally almost been a year since, we were in lockdown. Well, especially for me, because I was on lockdown like end of February, because you guys know this, I was not allowed to go into work because the event that I went to for work, they had someone had COVID there, and they wanted everyone to stay home. So yeah, it's almost been a 1-year anniversary of just staying home. Yeah, go me. But yeah, so everything is slowly looking like it's about to be, no, not about to be normal, but because like so they opened up outdoor dining again, and then we have indoor dining, what, in San Francisco this I think Wednesday. Yeah, so yeah, it looks like things are I'm gonna knock on wood right now, guys, because I'm I'm very, like, positive about things, but I just don't want to jinx it. But it seems like it with the path that we're going through right now. So yeah, so most of the people that I talk to, actually a lot of the people I talk to are that, like, whatever, they see 2020 and they immediately think of negative stuff. Like, they're sad, they never want to go back to 2020. Like, it was a fucking shit show. Like, I get it, 2020 sucked, right? Like, it was a really tough time, for people, and I hit rock bottom as well last year. It hit me hard too. I kind of felt like I was going through, I don't know if I would call it depression, but I've never felt that low in my life. I was going through a breakup, and living on your own and living in a lockdown, that fucks with the head. So I was going through it. I will admit that. I'm not, again, like I said, you always see me as this happy girl that's always dancing and smiling, but again, I am human. So whenever people would complain about their roommates and how annoying they are, whatever, I'm like, I want to be annoyed. I want to, like, just like little stuff that people took for granted, I wish I had. So that was how, yeah. So people always thought 2020 was a fucking shit show, and just were like, fuck it. No, I don't want to talk about 2020 because it was so bad. Like, people, it was easy to overeat. It was easy not to work out. It was really hard for me. Like, I opened the fridge, honestly, like, okay, I want to say at least like 90 times a day, thinking something new was going to appear. Like, I kept overeating. One, I'm already a big snacker. And so when I have my favorite snacks at home, I'm like, fuck me, the asshole, right? Like, such a temptation. I still do that to this day. All right, let's see if I could talk for the rest of the fucking episode. But yeah, it was easy to be lazy. It was easy to just sit on your couch while you're quote unquote working from home and just binge watch. Yes, there's so much good stuff on Netflix, so much good stuff on Hulu, so much good stuff on HBO, because HBO shows all the goods. Okay, not all the goods. Come on, Clarice. But you catch my drift. Like, it was easy to fall into a place of comfortability and wait until this lockdown was over and then get your life on track. Right? I'm gonna work out once the gyms are open. I'm gonna eat healthy once I don't know, more outdoor dining is or indoor dining is open. I'm gonna accomplish this when this happens or when everything gets lifted. Okay. Understandable. Totally understandable. But how do you know when things are going to be lifted? What if we're in a lockdown for another 2 years? Are you just gonna wait those 2 years? Are you just gonna gain an extra 15-20 pounds within those 2 years? You might run out of shows on TV if you're gonna wait those 2 years. So, I am not bashing anyone who thinks like that. Do re mi fa sol la ti do. Okay. No, I'm not. Because it's easy to fall into the trap. Like, you have to understand that I get what you're saying. All the people that talk like that, I get it. Because I was there with you. I was hand in hand. I was in your butthole, okay? Let's fucking go. So do not twist my freaking arm because I said all that stuff. Oh my God, I'm just gonna blow my nose for a second. Hold on. And now we're back with a clear nose. But yeah. So I felt like that. especially going through a lot of stuff that I was going through mentally. I finally got a therapist, and it helped a lot. I honestly never thought I would need one, but it's hard. I felt like I was in confinement. I felt like I couldn't do anything. I felt like very alone. Every time I did Zoom happy hours with my friends, again, I was like third, fifth, seventh, ninth wheeling, and it kind of hurt my feelings. But I think, and then also with the breakup of me and Renee during the podcast, and just trying to sift through whether or not I want to keep going bougie and basic, and just a lot of shit. I'm not gonna, this is not no pity party, like come the fuck on these tits. But yeah, I was with you. But I think it was around like July 7th, because I had that date written down on my whiteboard. That's when everything flipped for me. So, that pandemic took a toll from me. I remember end of February, so all the way to July. So that's like 4 months. I was with you. I was on that boat. Yeah, that's when I figured out I will fucking own this pandemic. I will own this fucking lockdown. Yeah. It's like, okay, here's a weird example that I thought of. It's like when, is this appropriate? Okay, well, whatever. It's like if someone is in jail and they work out every single day just so they could get hella ripped, and by the time that they're out, they're fucking ripped and a fucking meathead when they come out. Or you could just be not working out and just becoming like a little or a big whatever. So you have that time to utilize it, to do whatever you want. You own that time. So it's kind of like that. Okay, so yeah, so I definitely flipped it. Excuse me. And I made it my bitch. I made that shit my bitch. And I, instead of seeing it as something so negative and so like, oh my God, I don't want to go back. Oh my God, I hated this time in my life. Like, I flipped the fuck out of it. I flipped it so hard that I made it an opportunity. Like holy shit, like we have all this time. I've always wanted more time. You guys know that my days are 18, 19 hours, and I've always wanted more time, and I have all this time. It's right here staring me in the asshole. So I worked out twice a day, and that was a very big transition for me because I'm used to going to Orange Theory. I'm used to having like someone not yell at me, but just like encourage me to keep going and all that stuff. And it was very hard. It's a lot of self-discipline, right? Like you can easily fall back. You can easily not do one more rep because no one's fucking watching you, bro. So, but I was like, you know what? I want to fucking like work out undercover and just like come out this pandemic and be like, God damn, like that was happening this whole entire time. Like what the fuck? Like I worked out a lot before, but now to actually like do it twice a day, but actually focus on certain muscles where I want to improve on, that was a big difference. So I did that a lot more. I did a lot of like game planning. I set down my expectations for myself, like monthly, weekly, yearly, whatever. And I wanted to make sure I hit everything that I wanted to hit. And I went to this webinar, and they were like, you have to put a goal that is very like to the point. Like I want, like for me, I wanted to be able to do a headstand in like 1 month, and I put the date and the time and everything. So it's more, you're more likely to do it once you see the date and the time. So I started doing that. And then within 2020, I grew some huevos to sell my art and actually open up an online website, which is insane because I've been doing this for 3 years, and I was like, oh God, I'm such a fucking bitch and I won't even sell it. But then again, like mentioned in other podcasts, like I talk to other people, and there are so many positive reinforcements out there in my life. You already know who you are, and backed me up, and it made me realize like my worth, and that a lot of my work people will pay for. It's not the end of the day if I sell something, because that painting, those feelings were long ago. So, and I can always make more. And yeah, then I started blowing up like on TikTok. I started blowing up on Instagram Reels. Like everything that I accomplished was from an opportunity that I took from 2020. I didn't let 2020 own me. Oh my God, I'm just like dripping like a faucet here. This is not COVID. Hold on. All right, now my ears are clogged as fuck. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me right now. But yeah, so what was I saying? Oh my God, keep drinking my fucking coffee and burning my fucking throat. Yeah, so there are just so many things happening for me, and don't get me wrong, like I'm not cocky. I hate cocky people, but like I was getting so much shit done because of the pandemic. I would have not done half the shit I was doing if the pandemic was not here. I was forced to do this, and not that I was forced to do it, but we were given this handful of time and handful of opportunity, and I fucking took it. So that's why I'm like, when I talk to people, I can relate to them to some sort, and they're like, yeah, 2020 got to me. But do you know what you're capable of? Like I feel like people don't know what they're capable of until they see a result from something good happening, right? Excuse me. So I think they think that they can't do it. But if you don't try, if you don't even put any effort out there, how will you 100% know of what you can and what you cannot accomplish? Right? Like, I didn't know I was going to do a website. I didn't know I was going to make X amount of money. But I tried. I put my work on there, and I made a couple thousand already, like within the first week. And it was the most insane feeling that I was so grateful. Like, I know COVID hit a lot of people, but this pandemic was a blessing to me. And without this pandemic, I wouldn't have achieved as much goals. I wouldn't have done all the things that I've wanted to do that were just sitting on my to-do list. I am grateful for the pandemic. And with everything lifting, this is another thing. Like, I feel like everyone had to prep during the pandemic, because when we get fucking lifted, guys, we are fucking just bum rushing the fucking world. And everyone that was just sitting on their ass during the pandemic, y'all are far behind. I am so sorry. Like, if you did not work your ass off during the pandemic and we get lifted, you're far behind. There are people out there just fucking busting ass day in, day out. And when we're back to normal, they have skyrocketed. So, I mean, we are not fully normal. So every day is a new opportunity. And to wake up each morning, that you should already be grateful to see all the things that are possible. Like, you can do literally anything. Okay, well, me, I can't really reach the top shelf unless I have a stool, but you catch my drift. Like, you want something, go get it. Like, I'm always for that. You have to work for the life that you want, or you either have to settle with the life that you have. Period, point, fucking blank, motherfuckers. Like, that's it. If you're happy with your life right now, that's fine. That's fine. But I'ma just tell you, most of the people say they're happy right now. They're actually not. People want more and more and more. Like, for me, I've said this so many times. For me, when I reach a goal, I'm like, oh my God, it's a fucking high. Let me fucking get that shit again. So I'ma fucking work at it. Oh, God, I sound fucking crazy. But yeah, I think that's why I continue to work really long hours. But my mind is always racing. My mind is always like, you can do this, you can do that, you can do this, you can do that. And I have this, what is it called? It's like a bubble chart. And I'm like, there was one made, or I made one, and there was just so much opportunity. Like, I look at the paper, there's so many bubbles. So many bubbles means so many opportunities. So many opportunities means more opportunities. And then more of those opportunities means accomplishments. And then, you know what I mean. Like, so I felt like this was a good time to talk about it, because we are getting slowly back to normal, unless something drastic happens, and then, knock on wood, we have to go back to a lockdown. But I am sticking to being a positive Paul. I was about to say pussy. Positive pussy. No, Clarice. Not everything has to be so sexual with you. Right? I'm just kidding. But yeah. So I really hope that you take this into consideration. Everything's not back to normal now. Every day is a new day, and you could get up and do whatever the fuck you want. Again, everything is solely up to you. You know, you can't blame anyone else for your actions. You can't blame anyone else for your laziness, because you're your own person. Come the fuck on. Like, let's all win together. Let's all accomplish things together. Like, you know what makes me so genuinely happy? When my fucking circle wins, and oh man, just the feeling that they get of accomplishing things or winning, because I know that feeling of winning. And when I see someone else, especially really close to me, wins, oh my God. Let's all fucking win together. Let's work together at this. Let's not let this pandemic fucking touch and rape our booty hole. No. Look the pandemic in the eye, look the lockdown in the eye, and be like, fucking take this. Yeah. I'm not gonna... Whatever. You catch my fucking drift, babies. So fucking end this podcast listening to me and do something that you're gonna be proud of later on. All right? Dropping the mic now, motherfuckers. Okay. No, because that's not how I end my podcast every time. All right. So, but yeah, okay. I'm done. But I will see you guys in 2 weeks. And I'll be having more Q&A soon with your future husbands. And remember, if you guys are not following me on TikTok or whatever, why aren't you? I show some stuff on there. I show some other that I don't show anywhere else. So, all right, babies, I will see you there, or I'll see you at another time. Bye.